and 2,
You're
and 1. Make sure you tell them everybody the date and everything too. Today's Saturday, October 13th. Go. You're live.
Set today.
Talk to everybody. They're wanting to hear from you, Gracie.
Today is Saturday, October 13th. October 13th. It's October 13th? The 13th? Oh, man. We don't even have...
Do you not know how to talk?
No, because we need to put up decorations.
Talk to the crowd! Talk to the crowd! Come on, talk to the crowd! Hello, talk to the crowd!
Do you want me to tell them the forecast?
Oh, just tell them we're getting ready to go to a pumpkin patch.
Mm-hmm.
Going to a pumpkin patch.
Yes.
Tell them we're going to a pumpkin patch.
We're going to the pumpkin patch. And it is very cold. Literally. It's very cold.
I guess Daddy will just do the videos from now on, because
It's
obviously
really
you don't know how.
The screen keeps on going like it's blurry, and then it goes... Did you hear that?
Tell them what you did yesterday. Tell them what you did yesterday.
What do you mean? Yes. Oh, we took church pictures.
We did.
Oh, well, I did. What did we do yesterday?
You tell me. What'd you do?
We took church pictures
Okay.
at school.
What have you been doing at school and everything? Everybody wants to know. What have you been doing at school? Tell us what you're doing at school, what you're doing in dance, what you're doing with horses.
In dance, we are working on our songs. And then
Keep going.
see, it's like blurry. And then
Take care of it like that. There. That'll turn on the Wii Boost.
math, we have a quiz on Monday.
Quiz? Okay, Gracie, talk up and talk to the camera.
And then,
how are you ever...
Because I'm thinking, I go directional. Like, if I'm, like, thinking this way, then I will go, like, over here to think. Like, over here, away from everybody. So, that's how I think. It's one of my... I space out to think, so... That's,
Obviously.
Yeah.
You space out, would never know.
I know. I, like, just did it.
So what have you been doing in school?
I had to think. I think over here.
How's geography?
Geography's going good.
What are you doing in geography?
I am working on a new. See, I'm doing it again. A new.
What is geography?
Oh, what is geography?
What's geography, Grace?
Geography, where you learn about... Oh, I know. On Friday, we did this little thing where the Boston Tea Party, and we watched a video, and it was kind of cool, but we watched a video...
What was the video?
The Boston Tea Party.
No, what was the video of?
Oh, yeah, they had these, like, strange people on it, like, wait, stop! I know who you were. Oh my gosh! Like, those are like the actions that happened. I don't know what it's called. It's just called the Boston.
Did they throw tea in the Boston Tea Party? Did they throw tea in the bay? I bet you if you went over to the bay and just took a scoop, it would taste like tea.
No.
You don't think so?
That would be awesome.
But what was the reason for the Boston Tea Party?
The taxes. They rose.
Revolt against the British taxes on tea.
Mhm.
British rule. Yes.
And then I think George Washington, he didn't believe in slavery.
No, George Washington believed in slavery.
What?
Everybody believed in slavery to a point, including Abraham Lincoln, just because they tell you gotta have the real history. There was no purpose for slavery though anymore, to basically make all men free. So Abraham Lincoln did what's called the Emancipation Proclamation. Okay. And that was to basically free...
Liar.
Well, no, it was to free the slaves in the southern states.
That video is a liar.
Why?
Because it said that George Washington said that he believed in slavery. That he didn't believe in slavery.
No, George Washington had many slaves. He actually made beer. He made wine and whiskey.
That's what I was saying, because there's like this dude, and he said, well, I bought my free out of slavery, and then I worked, and then George Washington gave me a work business so now I work for him. I don't know what that meant, but...
No, that had nothing to do with George Washington.
Oh, then it wasn't George Washington.
No. Maybe you're trying to think of maybe like Benjamin Franklin or
Yeah,
something.
Benjamin Franklin!
But Benjamin believed in slavery
Well,
also.
that video's a liar.
You gotta understand, most of our forefathers, you know, that back in the day, that's just what it was. It wasn't right, but if you were an American, you were not a slave. The slaves came from Africa.
So then, he lied to a person.
Who did?
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin had slaves, but he also had the printing press. He did
that's what I'm saying.
the almanac.
He worked for the
He had his own newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin Franklin did a lot of things, but he lived more from the colonies. You can understand, when Benjamin Franklin around, there wasn't really slavery yet, because there was not importing slaves. It wasn't until about 100 years later.
Good now.
Now, slavery is wrong.
Do you see that?
Now, you know, women have the right to vote.
There was a skeleton came like this on the stairs, and then it had like a dress on, and then it had like chains. It was cool. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, each one of our forefathers, the ones that wrote the Declaration of Independence, each one of them committed treason.
What's that?
That means they
killed
went against the king, because these were colonies for Britain, and they went against the king, and then they decided to do a revolution in order to get freedom from the King of England. And when they did that, they committed what's called treason, which is punishable by death. So each person that's on the Declaration of Independence basically was death sentence when they signed it, because they believed in a free America. They did not want British rule. They didn't want Spanish rule, British rule, or any other rule. They wanted to be free. But not everybody wanted freedom. Not everybody wanted to separate from the crown. Because some people, they don't like confrontation. They don't like the struggle of freedom. They'd rather just be, you know.
That was a brilliant talk right there, guys. But thank you for telling that to me.
You do realize as you get older and you go to all these school classes, I'm going to have to read every one of your papers to make sure that you're putting facts in. Your teachers are teaching you the facts and not just sitting there trying to eliminate
the video
history.
told us that Benjamin Franklin was against slavery, and
No.
we had to put that on our things.
No, that's wrong.
I know.
And the reason why it's wrong is because around that time, we didn't have slavery. Slavery didn't come about until we started getting into the Southerns.
I don't argue with my teachers.
No, I don't want you arguing with your teachers either.
Well, I would never do that.
But you can't be against or for slavery if you don't have slaves. Does that make sense? They did have indentured servants. Indentured servants means people that worked for them to basically long enough for them to be able to get a trade of their own. Basically, Benjamin Franklin was a teacher and instructor, I guess you could say. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Okay.
Oh, we're here.
Yes, we are at the apple orchard, and we'll get some pictures up here, and then we want to go down here and take a look and see what they got.
That's a weird truck.
No, it's not the Jeep. It's like Daddy's. The only difference is they put in a smaller top. I can do that with any of my vehicles. Yay! All the pumpkins are done. So, let's go run over everybody. What do you say?
No.
I don't want to run over everybody. Why do you want to run over everybody? Hello, everybody. We're going to run
They
you
got
over.
a lot of apple cider.
Oh, that's what we need to do. We need to get apple cider. Oh, we can park in front. Alrighty. Let's see what we need, and then we will come back tomorrow. But I want to get some pictures. Okay, tell everybody where we're at, what we're doing.
We're at the fresh apples. Welcome to
Orchard.
Edward Orchard.
Here, you want to?
Edward
Orchard. Here. Hold on for that. You need to switch the camera.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, so let's go on in. You can show everybody. Let's go over by the pictures and everything.
Here, you hold it.
I don't want to hold it. I'm gonna let everybody go here in a minute. Silly. Okay, we're gonna let everybody go here in just a second. Oh. All right. We make apple pies. All right. Here, go up that way. Go look at the pumpkins and stuff first. What? Hold on. Huh? Hey. Yeah. Do what? Hold on.